We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. On the return is Jordan Lewis. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, here we go.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go.
The game is to Elliott, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that make it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Here we go. 180. Take 4. Move.
They give to Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Here we go. 47. It's coming now. Get off the field. Let's go. Here we go, 47. Number Switch and edge.
Prescott to throw on fourth. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Great. Set.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And his first pass is incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Malik Collins continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me out here.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
82. Great. Hey, bust.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Randy Gregory in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. Fielded just inside the 30. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down at 5 here to start things out.
Guests are urged to enter the facility carrying the fewest items possible.
Hey, here we go. 180.
Hey. 4 down.
Prescott now from the 50. He hits Beasley right side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A Dallas 1st down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go. 180.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. Trying to lay one up deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Wentz now to throw. He lights him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Randy Gregory in there to get him for a loss of 5. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Run. Black.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar.
On the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
3 down. Hey, Stats. Hey, great 15. Lion.
Wentz now on 1st down. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Great 15.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow.
Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
That boy's got 4. Here we go. 26.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Here we go. Wide 80.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here we go, 46. Go. Get out there. Dash. Go. Gun.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
Here we go, 46. 26.
On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
They'll run with the 2nd-year man. This is Jay Ajayi. And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's what it is. Nice hit, boy.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Great.
And now he'll tuck it and run. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. First down now, but that clock rolling. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it's a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
On second down, here's Wentz. That's complete right around the 8. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Double tight.
It's a sneak. It's Wentz. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz keeping it himself on the quarterback sneak. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Cowboys. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper, 74 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Extra point safely through. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
82.
When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
82.
On first down, Wentz. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Tight right.
Lion. Hey, stash. Shorty.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tate. And out across midfield down to the 45. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
81.
Going on first is Wentz. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Sunday.
Double up. He's coming.
Lion. Great.
He's checking Craig.
Hey, great 15.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Let's get it.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half.
Let's go.
What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Wentz now on 1st down. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Come on now.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Shorty.
Here's Wentz to throw. Buying time to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
I got one.
Lose 5-7. Hey, great 15.
Now watch run.
Lion.
Now Wentz. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook.
Hang in there
Tough
now.
to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. He's a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a 1st down.
Empty.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Shorty.
Throwing now is Wentz. middle, complete to Tate. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
For Tokyo! Great.
Line 54.
Black, come on.
4.
Hey, empty.
Wentz to throw on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. There, they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Well, they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, 27 yards. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of this?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Here we go. Go to 54. Wide 80.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Rodney McLeod that time able to knock it away.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Wide 80. Here we go. 46. 41's the will. 46.
Here's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Hustle.
11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a common position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Here we go. Wide 80. Here we go. 46. 46.
They go to Elliott again. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Here we go. 180.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Gun.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And they convert on third with a gain of 22. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Here you go. Hey, here we go.
They'll run with Elliott, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively he was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Here we go. 180.
Don't let
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Tight end right, tight end right.
Here we go. 180.
5 down, stand up in.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Here we go. 180. Here you go.
4 down. Motion.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jeff Swaim, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And now a critical extra point attempt here. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Sunday!
To throw is Wentz. And that is incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Tie right. Solo out there.
Shorty.
Wentz to throw.
Got three down.
Steps away, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game.
Hey, Stash.
Now Wentz. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. The Eagles send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Austin. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
They started the drive with Elliott. There's some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. So they go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. This is Elliott. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Philly.